my name is Rebecca. If you haven't seen my face before, I'm a 30-year-old mum here in Australia. I'm on a low income. I'm on Centrelink, so I, really focus on low income budgets and finances and motherhood and disability journeys and all of everything that encompasses all of that is what I focus on this channel. So if you're new here, please feel free to hit subscribe. I would love to have you here and join us in the community. Thank you all so much for the recent love on all of my videos. I've been really enjoying creating them and just editing, and just the whole process of creating content is so fun to me. So being able to actually have engagement from everybody in the community is just makes it that much more motivated. It makes me that much more motivated to continue it because I know that you guys are enjoying it. I am also enjoying making it. So today's video, we're doing a monthly reset. We are, I think we're three for three right now. So this is the month for, this past month of October and into November. So I'll be going through to the budget, or the intentional budget for November. If you're following along and also using the budget spreadsheet that I use, get that up. Let's budget together. Let's do it. Especially for someone that's on a low income like myself. For context, I earn under 30k a year. I am on family tax, A and B, partner parenting payment, and rent assistance. Those are the Centrelink payments that I get. My partner is on carer's payment, but we're not married, so we keep our finances separate for the time being, but we are very transparent, very open with each other about our money and what we're paying and all of that kind of stuff. But for these budgeting videos, it's all just me, myself, and I. Without further ado, let's swap to the computer and let's get into this budget. Okay, so here we are with the October budget. I feel like I say this in every video, and I'm sure I do, but my intention is good. The outcome, not so great. I will say this month was quite different simply because we got paid 3 pays this month. We got paid 3 different times. Usually, for the most better part of the year, it's 2 paychecks with Centrelink per fortnight, but the way that everything lined up, we got 3. So, again, my intention was pure and great for savings, but I definitely overspent. So let's dive in. These are raw numbers that I'm sharing. So I don't know why that left to spend is minus 500. Again, I'm still fairly new to actually implementing this tracking budget, so bear with me. So total income this month was $3,648.11. Again, that is not typical. Typically I usually get $2,400 for the month. So yeah, very low income. My bills actually lessened, which is good. Subscriptions, that went up a little bit because I ended up doing a YouTube membership. I believe it was Aphrodite, so slay. Expenses, yeah, $1,224 was the budget, and then I overspent by $399. Love that for me. And savings, my budget for that was $1,200, and I currently have $880. So definitely much less than what I thought. But you know what? I'm going to take my wins where I see them and just work on the rest. So, and then I did require debt, so that's not ideal. So yeah, typically I would get $2,400 a month, but this month I got $3,600, I think it was. The main big thing that I did not expect was the Medicare rebate. So if you don't know, I'm doing EMDR therapy. I started it at the beginning of the year. There's kind of 2 ways you can do it. You can either do, if you have insurance, you can get a little bit of rebate back from that. I only have extras, so I didn't have very much. I maybe got 1 session back from that, and then that was it for the year. It caps every year, and then it resets itself every calendar year, so it's January it will reset. You can do it that way, or you can also do it, which is what we typically do, and what we're told all the time, is to go to our GP, which is just a regular doctor, and get what's called a mental health care plan. Now usually you can get 6 sessions initially, and then you go back for a review, and then you get the next 4, so all up 10 sessions for the calendar year. And then also with that you get Medicare rebate back. So majority of the time I got $90 back out of the $240, but that was also when they automatically took it out. Whereas I found recently when I manually paid it on their system, I actually got more back. So I actually, as you can see here, I was expected to get to $211 back out of the $240, where I usually get $90, so that was huge, honestly. But I didn't realise that I ran out of these sessions. So even with my insurance, for the rest of the year, I get no rebate back at all. So that's a big loss. And you know, it's kind of on me in a way, just because I really should have saved that amount and put it towards my future sessions, which is what I'm going to be doing next year. So basically, the rebate, any sort of rebate that I get back for my sessions, I'm putting towards future sessions, so that when this does happen again, because it will, I'm a lot more prepared financially, because currently for the rest of the year I can only do monthly sessions, and that's really been affecting me mentally, because I do find me wanting to process more so much quicker, but financially I just can't do it. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, you live and you learn. So coming into next year, when it resets and I can do the 10 sessions, because that's the other thing too, I went back to my GP and I got 10 more sessions, but unfortunately the provider wasn't able to like use that until January, so I've got it there ready to go. It's, yeah, so you know, it is what it is. It's just not, it's not something that I expected, so that's a big loss. I wasn't quite budgeting very well this month because I was kind of expecting that money. And then same with, you know, the Bupa rebate that I've got here, I use that for my medication, because for those that don't know, I have Meniere's disease, so I am on regular medication, and that's not on a PBS. If you don't know, it's basically like you get most of your scripts like at a really under $10 usually, but there are some medications that can't go under PBS, and this is one of them. So it's usually like $62 or something like that, but the script that I had, it was only lasting me a fortnight, so I'd have to go and get it again. But I recently told my GP that, and it was like, oh, like, okay, well, let's up that so you only need to get it monthly, so that's great. It's also like reminding me to not expect that. Like, I'm literally going to treat for like beginning of next year all of my rebates as like I haven't got them. Does that kind of make sense? Like, I'm gonna like trick my brain to be like, oh, I just spent $240 and I get nothing back. Whereas secretly, I do get something back, but I'm just setting that aside so that when I do have future sessions, it's very much like I have the money there. You live and learn, don't you? Alright, so bills and stuff, that's all paid. Obviously because of the extra payment, everything was an added payment, so board, groceries, phone bill. Oh yeah, I did go $60 over with groceries this pay, which, you know, isn't that bad. And then my term life insurance went up by 89%, so, you know, now I just round it out to $11 for the month. And then Bupa insurance, that's actually currently in a separate account, saved, ready to go, because it comes out on November 1st, so that it's budgeted, and the actual amount is zero because it doesn't come out until next month, but it's all saved, ready to go. And then we move over to the expenses. So yeah, miscellaneous, medications, that was fine. That's still the same. Dining out, 35, so yeah, we actually properly dined out, which we don't usually do. And again, it's kind of something I forgot about, but it's fine. I'm only minus like 35, so I'm not too mad about that. The shopping one is where it gets real tricky. So I only budgeted 82, but I spent 526. Now the 500 is in one payment, and it's a lifetime payment, and I actually got the DaVinci Resolve Studio. So you're probably like, girl, that is so expensive, and it is. It is, but it's also, the US version is always so much cheaper. Like the exchange rate to Australia, it's like over $100 to $200 more, which is insane. So therapy, again, I budgeted 480 because I was expected to do 2 sessions, but yeah, I was only able to do 1, so technically I ended up saving 240 in a way, or just not really needed to spend it. Gaming, I ended up spending, I didn't budget, and I ended up getting the Ghost of Yote game. I had originally, it's so weird, I originally budgeted for it, and then I took it off because I was like, no, I'm going to wait for reviews, and then sure enough, it came around and I was like, I need to get it, so I got it. Yeah, that's that's definitely a great example of like impulse buying for me. But I mean, I made my money's worth. I'm literally playing it for the 3rd time, and I've already platinumed it, so, you know, I feel like I've kind of made my money's worth in that sense, but, you know, it does still reflect on here. Promo didn't spend anything, Gifts I didn't spend anything, Fuel, yes I did. Actually that needs to be lowered. I spent 30 on fuel. Okay, now we're moving on to savings. So, savings, $8.50 is what I'd budgeted to put aside. I've only been able to do like $7.45, which again, it's not that bad. Like it's still, even though I have spent a lot this month, I've also still been able to manage most of my savings goals, which I'm really proud of. So, you know, like I said, it's like a balance, you know. Actually, I've got 0 in that. So I was meant to put $2.50 into Christmas. I didn't put anything in it because I think I ended up spending it, so my bad. But as you'll see in the next November reset, I definitely put that in there, so it's fine. Takeaway. I did do one takeaway, and I'll tell you a story. So quite often, living where we are, we often get power outages, and you know we had planned to cook for that night, so we did not plan on spending like takeaway. However, the power now just as we were about to start cooking, and it was a good thing that we did end up buying takeaway, because it was literally the only thing that we had to cook, and like it was a good thing we did because the power didn't end up coming back on until like nearly midnight. But I mean the good thing is that's the only takeaway that I bought, so I'm proud of that. Genuinely, I'm really proud of that. Yeah, I am minus that, but again, I'm also not too mad about that because I used to be really bad with takeaway. So once in a whole month, I'm proud of that. Pat on my back for me, you know. I'll take the win. Okay, so I just checked and I did $101.95 outright. The rest is on Afterpay. $101.95. Yeah, so I only went under $21, but again, the rest is on Afterpay, so technically I completely over budgeted for clothes and stuff. Now moving on to debt. So I do obviously still have the student loans. I'm not paying anything towards that until beginning of next year. Centrelink loan, I don't have anything, thank gosh. Now Afterpay. Afterpay, I currently owe $778.70. So, but you know, the repayments are like $237, I think, per fortnight, and I've only got two payments of that, because then my laptop, which I got from Afterpay on eBay, my laptop will be paid off, so a bulk of that will go down. It'll probably go down to like $90 or something like that for the 2 remainder fortnights. Even though yes, I do have Afterpay, I'm not just blindly doing Afterpay anymore. Like I'm really thinking like, okay, budget wise, can I technically afford this and still put a decent amount away? And based on the next couple of fortnights or the couple of pays that I get, I can afford it. So it's not something that I'm just, you know, it's not like I'm paying my entire paycheck with Afterpay. Like I'm doing that. There is more savings than debt still. No, it's not ideal still. Like it's not something that I should realistically have, but it's also something that I'm being real and honest with. Like it is something that I still calculated to make sure that I could still budget that in. I am trying to be more like conscious of it. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying to consciously like, alright, let's figure out the budget. What do I have left when this goes in, you know? And then I'm like, okay, cool, let me do it because I can afford it. So yeah, and then let's just lastly look at the spending overall. So debt was 18.7%, bills 20%, subscriptions 0.7%, expenses 38%, and then savings 21%. So again, like I said, I'm still slightly saving more than I am in debt. Still not ideal, but again, like next month it'll change. Speaking of next month, let's move into November. Okay, here we are in November. I just quickly looked through my notes. If you don't know, I recently just did a video on how I budget on a low income on Centrelink, and I go through like how I set up a budget, what I use and stuff like that. So I did just very briefly do that here, just to like keep this video flowing. So here we have November, yeah, it's probably going to be half, I think, or again, a little bit more savings than debt. So we're back to a regular 2 payment month, which is fine. And also, actually, I forgot to mention, like last month was interesting as well, because I had a pay increase by like $15, and then it slowly went down, and now instead of getting I think I was getting 12.04, whereas now I'm getting 12.10 per pay, so it's gone up ever so slightly. That's gone up a smidge, which is right here, 12.10. That's 2 payments. I put 0 for all of that because I'm not expecting anything. And then bills, we're back to 2 months, so it's 300 for board, 200 for food, 26 for phone bill. I put the 208 there, and it'll be in the actual because it will be paid. And then the term life I've just adjusted from last month, so that's now $11. Medications 70, dining out 0, hopefully that stays. 200 for groceries, shopping 0, hopefully that stays the same. 240 for therapy because it's per month now for the rest of the year. Gaming 0, home 0, gifts 0. Although technically like Christmas is coming up, so we'll be doing gifts there, but I'm also putting towards that, and that's Christmas. That's like a separate thing to me. And then I just put $30 for fuel, because we kind of chop and change who puts fuel in, so I just set aside $30 regardless. Then we got savings, so I'm hopefully going to put 800 into the emergency fund, so I'm hoping to bulk that up to like 1500, which would be awesome, because I am under $1,000 at the moment. So, and then I've still got one pay. I literally get paid tonight when I'm filming this, so yeah. So I'm hoping to have that set aside, 1500. I am hoping to, by the end of the year, have like $3,000 all up in savings, like so $2,000 in emergency and then $1,000 in my car fund, and the car fund is just like 500 for the yearly registration for my car rego, and then an extra 500 plus for like a service, which I don't think I'm going to be due for a service for a long time. Christmas, I'm putting $250 into that. That's my portion of Christmas. We are splitting up the Christmas fund, so it's 500 all up, but my partner and I are like just splitting the amount just for financial reasons. It's just easier rather than one person putting the whole money aside, because it is both of us spending for Christmas. So I guess that is like merging finances in a sense. I'm not putting anything else into the car until the end of the year, so there's that. Now, moving on to debts. So I am scheduled to pay $475.81. That's just the automatic amount that comes out. Technically, I am going to be a week or so ahead. So then we've got subscriptions. So as you can see how I put 0 for Spotify, because I think I need to just take a pause on Spotify. I don't use it. I mean, I do, but I don't know. I just think financially I just need to take a month off Spotify. It's $15 or $16. So it's really not that much, but I think with where I'm at the moment, I just need to take a little bit of a break. But I will also be adding $10 to Upbeat, because I used to be, for my like music and stuff like that I used to use Epidemic Sound, but that's like $28 a month, and I'm like, girl, no, I'm not doing that. I mean, I know they do have much better music, but I've actually found Upbeat to be, well, cheaper. For one, as you can see, it's $10 a month. But also, they've got great, really great, sound effects and, just, general, chill music. They don't have a lot of vocals, which I would like, but that's okay. I'll take what I can get. But they've also got, video effects and, different LUTs and stuff like that, so they have more variety of stuff for content creation than Epidemic Sound do, so I do appreciate that. So I think that's gonna be where we leave it for this month. That's my October and / into November reset. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, got something out of it, learned to not go into debt, learn from my mistakes. Unless you're making the same mistakes as me, then, welcome in, I guess. Either way, I hope you got something out of it, and I hope you're enjoying your day wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next one.